What's going on, guys? All right, so I'm just do this real quick. Basically, estimates have been crazy lately, and I want to share what I've been going through. I no longer, like, for paid estimates, I no longer give a good for a month. You know, like, I'll honor it for a month. It's only 2 weeks now because, one, the market, the costs are changing, and two, I don't want to hold up my schedule that far because of a promise to a customer that I'll hold their spot for in my schedule for their work. So now it's 2 weeks, and then obviously unpaid estimates are 1 week. Hey, this is good for 1 week. It says it in my QuickBooks. Boom, it's 1 week. After that, we can readdress it. But most of my estimates are still unpaid. I'd say about 2 out of 10 are paid estimates. And out of the paid estimates, 90% approval rating, 95% of approval rating. And then I've only actually had 2 or 3 estimates that are paid that they did not approve it. One, they made the choice of selling their house instead of adding an addition and redoing everything. And then I forget which the third one was, but the other one was a deck, and then she had unrealistic expectations. And I already told her what our price was, relatively. It's not a $5,000 deck; it's going to be a $25,000 deck. And so she got the estimate for, I think it was like $28,000 or something like that, with the actual estimate. And that's because she wanted stamped concrete pad underneath. There's extras that she wanted, and then she's like, no, somebody else can do it for 15. I was like, but that's great, awesome, that's below my cost. It's below my cost. So for everything, that's materials, like, it's ridiculous. So that's what we've been doing as far as estimates. And I will say, I have been going through this one estimate with the customer. I got about 45 minutes invested into it. I submitted an estimate real quick to her for an addition to her house, and I can do that real quick because I have my my average square foot pricing for enclosed livable spaces, and there's it's crawl space, no basement, providing there's a bunch of other stuff. This is just a free estimate, ballpark-ish, if you will. I'm not actually going to go there and take soil samples or anything like that. So and then she wanted a revision on it real quick, which I was okay, no problem, because she's not sure what she wants. She wants to stay under, I think she wanted to stay under $200,000, but I told her it's going to be between $175 and $275 for what they're asking. So the revisions was not lowering my price, but lowering the scope of work. So she had a bunch of landscaping on there and a bunch of like 8 to 10 like 80-foot oak tree removals. So she wanted to take those off of it. So we got underneath their their budget wise. That's fine. And then I told them to call zoning, and they have no HOA. And then she came back saying zoning was not going to allow them to build their addition or garage or whatever they wanted. So she wanted a third estimate for a different way, which I obliged. I did it. It took me another 15 minutes or so in front of QuickBooks to write the estimate up. It is, and she already drew something up for me and sent it to me because I made her, I asked her, I was like, hey, draw what you want up, and then send it over to me, and I can, with your square footage wise, I can do it for you. So, make sure they're doing some, legwork on their end for sure. Submit it to her, and then I let her know, I was like, hey, this is about as far as we go with the free services. I do free estimate remotely, but I'm not 3 estimates in a row. So, explain to her what's going on, and also, they're very interested. I told them to get multiple quotes. For one, I don't care. I don't need the work. And two, just that's what you should do. If you want to, definitely go and get other estimates. And she said she reached out to. She had 2 other people contact her and come on site. And the one guy hasn't given the estimate yet. Wants to know how much they're approved for with the bank. So waiting for the bank to approve them. That's before he gives them an estimate. So I'm guessing he wants to use the entire amount of the loan or whatever, So yeah, and then the other one just has never went on site and has not given an estimate yet. And it's been like, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that since I was there. So yeah, I've already given her basically 3 estimates and text message, probably about 100 text messages between us now. So, and a couple phone calls as well. So I'm about 70-30 as far as them going with me as well over the other 2 guys. But I did let her know, I was like, I owe you nothing. It's not what I said. I was like, just letting you know, I have other estimates out there, a lot actually. So it's first come, first serve. Whoever wants to sign contracts and keep myself busy. But I told you I can get the job done this year, but I owe you nothing on my schedule because there's no money exchanging hands kind of thing. So then she's, you know, completely okay with it, and she actually contacted the township and was in contact with me as far as what their requirements are, and I was like, that's pretty standard operating procedure for a building department, and you're gonna have to, you know, this is where you're gonna actually have to make a decision and put some money towards either me doing a paid estimate and doing an actual line itemized, making sure we know how, you know, we can do job costing and all that kind of stuff, and obviously making plans for the entire project so I can submit them to the building department. And that takes money. I don't do that for free. So you know, that was as far as I was going with that. Customers with free services, and we'll move on to the next. I have multiple jobs waiting. I just redid my you know, my little list of what I have going on and what I have in the books and what I have in the queue, if you will. But I want to kind of extend, you know, don't spend too much time on estimates. I used to only do them like once, you know, one day a week, where I just like, either it was Fridays or Mondays. It was pretty much, I think it was Fridays, going out and getting estimates. But now, since I'm kind of half out of the field, if you will, I do estimates and I return phone calls really quick. And I got one job, which I just completed. It was a deck. If you guys follow me on Instagram, on my Peak Contracting Instagram page or Facebook or whatever, you'll see that little deck. And his response to me was I was the most responsive and contractor he ever, your best communication he ever experienced with the contractor, which you know, it definitely surprised my wife. For you know, good communication will definitely surprise my wife. So, which was great. It's awesome. But I mean, I basically got that job because, you know, good communication, and, you know, just do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. And I did do a fence as well, a little chain link fence. And that job, I was about $1,800 higher than the next guy, because I did see, the customer did show me the other fence contractor, his bid, and I think I came in at like $7,000, and then he came in at $5,200, and he went with me because of my reputation, and he liked the way I always returned his phone calls, and I was about the business and nothing else. He didn't have to worry about anything. It was his word, so that was great too. So, I mean, I just want to throw that. It's what I've been dealing with as far as estimates. Let me know in the comment section what you guys do with estimates. If somebody reaches out to me, try to pre-qual me. What do you want to do? You know, what are you doing? All right, well, you know, I always bring up price pretty close to it, you know, right at the front end of it. And if you guys want to, my website just went live yesterday or day before, I forget. And check up there. I do list my basic prices, you know, ranges on my website too, because if you have a guy that's wanting a kitchen done and his budget is $5,000, I don't want him calling me or contacting me, because that's just not enough. That's not enough money to do a kitchen. So that's not enough money to do a bathroom. So yeah, it definitely weeds out the guys that are not your customer in the first place. So it helps out. So check out my my webpage, my website. It's peakcontractingmi.com. And yeah, that's all I got for this video, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.